Meet Jerome, a 21 years old young adult from the Philippines. Jerome has been keeping a secret. Jerome is struggling to come out towards his parents regarding about his sexual orientation, since Jerome is afraid that his family might reject him. In case like Jerome's story, a question is formulated and should be answered in which states. How does family rejection affect the mental health of LGBTQ plus youth? Let's find out.
The LGBTQ plus community refers to a group of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and other queer individuals united by a common culture and social movements. This community embraces pride, diversity, individuality, and sexuality. For years, this community has been discriminated against due to different beliefs and cultures regarding having different sexual identities. Many members of this community have been subjected to abuse, harassment, and other forms of discrimination due to their sexual identity. Thus, it has been difficult for LGBTQ plus people to show themselves and even disclose their gender identity to society or even to their parents, as they are being oppressed with their rights and degraded by most of people. This oppression and social stigmatization have been present from the past until today. However, there is a vast difference between the discrimination before and now, yet it is still present. This is why most youth who are part of the LGBTQ plus community are afraid of coming out of the closet to their families because they may be perceived as a disappointment by the community and not have the assurance of being accepted by their families. Filipinos value collectivistic preference more than individualistic ones, making it a little harder for the youth to show their identity. Other factors that affect the coming out of LGBTQ plus individuals depend on the parents' emotions, support, religion, and societal attitudes.
Individuals who identify as a member of the LGBTQ plus community encounter various challenges. LGBTQ plus individuals experience social stigma, prejudice, and frequent rejection from their families, compounding the physical and mental strains and challenges they already confront. This phenomenon is considered a social problem because it affects both the physical and mental health of the members of the LGBTQ plus community, most especially the youth. Many studies show that LGBTQ plus youth have a greater risk of physical and psychological health problems than heterosexual youths, with rejection being one of the causes. This rejection can be both in the context of society and in the family. However, new research on lesbians, homosexuals, and bisexuals reveals that parental rejection is another crucial factor. A person's family is significant because they play a critical role in children and adolescents as they continue to develop.
According to Ryan, higher rates of family rejection during adolescence were significantly associated with poorer health outcomes for LGBTQ plus youths, which results in depression, suicide attempts, drug abuse, and many more. The study shows that even if parents believe they are acting in good faith, following firmly held convictions, or even protecting their children, it demonstrates the devastating effects of familial rejection. In the same study, it was revealed that compared to peers from families who reported no or low levels of family rejection during adolescence, LGBTQ plus youths who reported higher level of family rejection were 8.4 times more likely to attempt suicide, 5.9 times more likely to report higher levels of depression, 3.4 times more likely to use illegal drugs, and 3.4 times more likely to engage in unprotected sexual intercourse.
Family rejection resulting from their child's sexuality stems from a lack of parental love and acceptance. Rejection by family members results in low self-esteem, an increased risk of suicide, and substance abuse. A necessary component of a child's growth is the ability to form their own identity, determining what coming out means to the family, and developing a comfortable degree of openness in addressing the sexuality of their children are issues that families face and must negotiate. It is vital to nurture and improve your child's relationships and communication abilities during this transition.
Recommendations. The continuous importance of parents in the lives of youth is undeniable, beginning at birth, extending through adolescence, and even into emerging adulthood, influencing all relationships other than those with the parents, and shaping the individual's own sense of self-worth. Attachment explains why parents have such a broad effect and reach. First is change in parenting practices. Parental monitoring and communication could lead to a positive outcome on the physical and mental health of their children that would like to come out. Beliefs and expectations about the attachment figure influence an internal working model of the self or the individual's feeling of self-worth. Second is parental or family acceptance. The role of the family and parents is critical in understanding LGBTQ, youth or children, and their sexual orientation in order to avoid encountering minority stress, which could have a detrimental effect on the health and most likely to cope with the stress they are undergoing. Third, discuss within the family about LGBTQ community or youth. Provide basic information to assist families in supporting their LGBTQ children. Provide LGBTQ youth and their families hope that ethnically, religiously, and socially diverse families, parents, and caregivers can become more accepting and supporting of their LGBT children. This is important because families have a significant impact on the health, mental health, and well-being of their LGBTQ children.
For a lot of doubts that are circling through the back of Jerome's mind, he has finally decided to share to his family his secret about his sexual identity. As time passes, he gains the courage to confront his family and finally discuss his sexual orientation with them. Jerome, on the other hand, still respects his family's culture and does not go beyond it. For all the LGBTQ plus people who are struggling to come out just like Jerome, hopefully through the right moment and time, hopefully you will have the courage to tell others about your sexual identity without any hesitation and fear of being rejected or discriminated.